Hey y'all, welcome back to Level Up Loading Fight Feelings Face Facts with yours truly, Shay Shay. Popping in with a quick little message. Popping in with a quick little message. Popping in with a quick little message. Okay, I'm done. But y'all, so I had a eye-opening experience recently. And I just was thinking back to, my before my level up journey, before I really have value and worth in myself. Like I actually did have it, but it was superficial. It was like my worth and my worth and my value to me was very much surface level stuff. Like I did not include all the amazing attributes that I really, really have, and I was attracting people who were attracted to the surface level stuff because that's what I put value in. And so in this next season, I'm like, oh, baby girl, we're learning things. We're going to make sure that in this next season that we're taking into consideration all of these amazing attributes that God has placed into me specifically for a specific and divine purpose. We're gonna put that in the mix. So it's not gonna just be about the cute stuff. It's not just gonna be about the quote unquote societal good woman stuff. It's gonna be about that real core Shay. Like, who is Shay? Who is Shay? Now, I'm not going to get too deep onto who is Shay in the most intimate sense. It's like, I'll give y'all a little bit, but not in my most intimate, sentiments, because that for me is very delicate and very vulnerable, and it's still a budding flower. So I can't put that out just yet completely. Not completely. But what I will say is that in this season, y'all, we have to try. And in that trying, we have to just trust. That's where faith comes in. We got to have faith because we're trying to operate on our own, our own knowledge, our own doing, our own being. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. I have to have faith. Like, I have to trust the process. Good, bad, and ugly. Nothing that has ever happened to me has been honestly bad. Like everything has been a learning moment, a teachable moment, a fortifying moment. I can get through anything type of moment. So I just gotta trust the process. But I was actually sharing today on Facebook about a situation and circumstance with an ex that I had where actually a couple exes, but I was actually talking about one specific ex. And basically kind of just dictating how we used to watch like HGTV, MTV Cribs, like shows like that. Like I don't know if that was his cup of tea or not, but listen, you ain't the only one in this house. We go watch what I want to watch sometimes, okay, period. But it's just his disposition on it. Oh, you know what else we also used to watch? Well, I used to watch. This was definitely all me. But like every now and then, like for motivation and stuff, because I've always wanted to be on YouTube. I've always wanted to be like, I ain't gonna say always. That's not true. It's not always. But for a long time, I've wanted to be on YouTube, and I've always kind of felt like I had something to say that could help the masses. But I won't sit here and lie and say that I always want to be on YouTube. But neither here nor there. We used to watch like the YouTube couples, and as they evolve, like when we were watching them in their one bedroom apartments and stuff, and no shade to one bedroom apartment, I'm living in one right now because it's just me. Like it's a nice one bedroom apartment, but one bedroom apartment nonetheless. We watched them in those scenarios, and he'll be okay. He'll be fine. And then as I evolved into watching them as they elevated, with their YouTube and influencer careers, and then they started to get homes, and they started to get cars, and they started to accumulate things that society would consider success. Oh, baby, no. Turn this off. Turn this off. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. He wanted it off. And so, in my mind, I'm like, you a hater. Like, No, I'm not even trying to be funny. But that's how I was in my head. I'm like, you a hater. Because don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. You're not in that place right now. You're yourself. So maybe you feel a way about it. I can't relate because that's just not how my mind operates. But for me, I'm like, this is motivation. This is showing me what can be possible, what can happen, what you can do with these opportunities. And in his mind, it was like, I don't want to see none of that. That's they doing too much. I don't want to see none of that. They don't deserve none of that. They ain't even did nothing but do some pranks, and like, it was just hating. It was just hating. And listen, there's a time and place for everything. And there are people out here that think that is overkill, and that is, they didn't just do anything that deserves or reckons them, being compensated for their influence and their prestige on Rihanna's World Wide Web. But I don't know. I just don't look at life like that. Like, I look at that as motivation. Like, these people used them being themselves. I mean, we can give or take being themselves, but they used their own self, their own person, to accumulate thousands and thousands of dollars. Some people even millions. And I'm like, that's dope. That's motivation. You don't, especially when you're a person who has a personality, especially when you're a person that actually does have something to say in the world. You're not a wallflower. You're not a person who's scared to, be in the forefront. So I'm like, that's amazing. And even if you are scared, like, sometimes all it takes is that first check to roll in, and you might be like, okay, now look, what we gonna do is, but he was a hater. And I look back, and also in my post, I was just like, that was a sure sign of the envy and the jealousy that he cultivated so deep within his heart. Cain and Abel type energy. Like, you don't like people doing better than you. You don't like it. And so when I look back on it and I see myself as I slowly started to progress, do better, get more friends, cultivate more relationships, more networking opportunities, better jobs, and things like that, baby, no. The same energy that he had for HGTV and Cribs and all that, guess what? Guess who got that same energy? It's important for us to link up with like-minded people, especially in a romantic sense, because, now, don't get me wrong, I do think opposites attract is a thing for a reason. There is some benefit to that, but like, your core processing system, I think it needs to be similar, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't quote me, because shoot, I don't know. Who am I? But him being a hater and me being like, I'm sitting here like, oh my God, yes, this is possible. We can do this. All we gotta do is find a niche, find something that we can do that's gonna be entertaining. We already a dope couple in my mind, at least in that moment. And he like, I would never do nothing like that. They whack. But you're also over the simultaneously hating on everything that they have accumulated and gotten because of their whackness. Like, grow up. But neither here nor there. I would never want to be inauthentic. So I'm glad that things worked out the way that they did, because I wouldn't want to be on Beyonce's internet playing around like that. But it just goes to show me, like, the person who I know that I'm destined to be with is going to have a similar optimistic, glasses half full type of energy about them. I don't want anyone with a spirit of envy. You know how dangerous that energy is? Do you know how dangerous that energy is, y'all? That can make you cross up your best friends. Go watch Juice. Shoot. Go watch Sprung. I was just looking at a review about that. Go watch Sprung. As a kid, it was funny, but as a grown person, I was like, oh no, baby. They couldn't be my friends no more. Y'all got to go. But anyway, that's just the things I can think of on the top of my head. But it's so many instances of envy and jealousy that are dangerous, y'all. Like, legitimately dangerous. And to have yourself in here sleeping with the enemy, or have somebody so close to you that you're in a relationship, that has that spirit within them, whether it's for you, it might not be for you right now. And that's another thing we need to realize. When we are seeing how other people interact with other people, when we are seeing how people interact with other people, we can't just think about it's just them. Like, you gotta put yourself in that position, because it could be you next time. Just because it ain't you this time don't mean it won't be you next time. I've seen it. I've had friends where I've had friends, like close friends, and I saw how they treated their other friends, and I was like, whew, baby, if you ever treat me like that, baby, you gonna have to go. But low key, that was all foreshadowing, because eventually they did treat me that way, and they eventually did have to go. I'm standing on that. But it's just like, pay attention to how people act around other people. Just because it's not directed at you this very moment does not mean that it's not a real thing. Them red flags be red, and then we be like, oh, that's orange. Oh, that's yellow. That's pink. Baby, no. Bright red. Hazard, alert. Just saying. But anyway, y'all, please, in this next season, be prepared to be different. But look for your tribe. Look for people that are like-minded, that have similar mindsets as you. No, you don't have to be around yes men and people who think everything you say is right. I'm not saying that at all. But you got to find people that feel like how you feel about life. Because if you don't, you're going to either wind up 9 times out of 10, which is trash to say this, but I've experienced it myself. 9 times out of 10, a lot of the stuff, the bad habits are so easy to rub off compared to the good habits. So if they're having bad habits, guess what? It's going to come to you. If they're complainers all the time, everything irritates them, guess what? Eventually, as you continue to hang with them, especially consistently, everything will start irritating you. You're not going to see the joy in life because you're going to be worried about irritations. I've been there. If all they care about is money and not fulfillment and purpose, guess what? Eventually, all you're going to care about is the bag. You don't care about the bag. I get the bag. The bag is dope. The bag is amazing. I love the bag. We need to take care of ourselves, and God blesses us with success and all type of abundance. But I'm not just focused on the bag. Like, it's more to life than that. And at the end of the day, if I was to croak right here, right now, I can't take the bag with me. But I can leave my meaning and my purpose here on this earth to cultivate into something even more great. We got to find the people who are really like-minded. And this is not even just about your tribe. This is just about in general. Like, just especially romantically, stop. As a person who has been raised off love, I have learned that I unfortunately attract a lot of people who were raised off survival. Because of the fact that I have been raised off of love, and I'm such a giving and generous person, and I'm just always trying to look out for the better good of everybody. People see me as a Vic. People see me as a what do you call it? A lick, a stain, a meal ticket. I'm over here thinking I'm helping you or loving you and being there for you. And you over here like, yeah, shorty crazy. Like, yeah, she just be doing stuff for me. She helps me. Like, what? Now, mind you, within reason, because I'm not one of them. I do be having like, I don't know. I'm not one of them, but it could get like that. When I'm married. It can get sugar mama-ish when I'm married. Because, baby, what do you need? But that's just me. Like, even my friends, like, I'm just that person. Like, I'm going to show up for you. Because I think I love people how I want to be loved. And that's where I fall short, because I never can really receive that. Because I love, like, my love is like, whoa. Like, what might I say? My love is like, whoa. So, unfortunately, because of the high standard of love that I have and that I give out, the standard is extremely high for other people. And I'm not saying that nobody can surpass it or meet it or any of that, because I know that it's possible. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of times I do find myself disappointed in those ways, because shorty, like, This is unreasonable. nobody going this hard like you going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But y'all, this next season is gonna be about us really, really taking the time to find people that's aligned with us, not settling, not allowing anybody to coerce, trick, fabricate themselves. We're vetting, and I'm scared. Y'all, I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little bit scared. I'm learning to trust myself fully again after my last situation, because I really didn't trust myself after that, which is why it has been so easy to stay away from all of it. But I have to test the limits, and I have to trust God, and I have to trust the discernment and the spiritual gifts that I've been given in this season of preparation as I evolve into this season of action. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but I hope it does. I will see you guys in my next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you. Bye.